your past. Second, some of us, though, where we are now, we submit to that fear facade of our present. We're looking at things now and saying, I just don't know what to do, how to do. And we're afraid. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know if I'd make this decision or that decision. Is God going to really be with me? But see, he told them in the book of Isaiah 43, on about the 10th verse, he told them, he said, but now, thus saith the Lord that created thee, O Jacob, and he that formed thee, O Israel. Fear not, for I have redeemed thee. He says, I've called you by name, and you are mine. That regardless of where you are on this morning, don't be afraid. God says, I made you. I know you. I know your circumstance. He says, and because, think about it, at the end of that verse, he says, I've known you by name. That means I'm no stranger to God. And when people aren't strangers to us, we really do open up our wallets. We open up our hearts. We open up our homes because I know you. And you have to trust your relationship with God on this morning to know that wherever you are, whatever things are in front of you presently, don't be afraid. Don't give in to fear. Understand, not giving in to fear doesn't make you aloof to what's going on. It's not a denial of what's going on, but it is a thing of, but I'm not going to submit to what's going on emotionally. Not going to be locked up saying, I don't know what to do. Well, guess what? But I know a God that knows everything. This is why he gives us the Spirit of God, to lead us and guide us. Because sometimes we're waiting for him to speak. No, just let him guide you. You'll come up on the person that needs to help you. You'll kind of roll up on the solution that you need if you've offered your prayer up unto him. But the problem is, we forget that our God is really with us. Not based upon your merit, not based upon your position, not based upon anything other than because he loves you. And what he does for a bishop, he'll do for you. What he does for your pastor, he'll do for you. What he does for the missionary, he'll do for you. What he does for the mother, he'll do for you. Because sometimes we're thinking when God looks down upon us, he got a sheet of, okay, this person in ministry gets this much of me. This person over here gets this measure of me. No, when I get God, I get all of God just like you. Understand this. You even think about it, even in the scriptures, as powerful as we read about the things that God did by Paul, he would tell the people in the congregation, pray for me. He didn't say, tell the bishops and the elders, tell them to pray for me. He said, I need for you all to pray for me. To know and understand that God is with you. Not because of anything other than his choice. That's what it is. I thought about this, how in the scriptures, when it talks about Jacob and Esau, it says that while they were in the womb, not knowing good or evil, God had already said the elder should serve the younger. Think about it. So then their purpose was not based upon anything they had done. While they were in the womb, God had already said this is what's going down. So you got to know that it doesn't have to do with anything with you on a personal level other than God loves you on a personal level, and he will be with you presently. And I'm stressing this, that whatever is in front of you on today, don't be afraid. Because God has formed you. God has created you. And he has known you. He has called you by your name. He's not confused. You understand? I think it's so funny that sometimes we'll tell people, Lord, when you call, tell him my name. Even if you don't remember my name, say, God bless that brother that asked me to pray for him. God knows all that. Yeah. You don't need to know my name. Just say, Lord, bless him. Thank you. It's still going to work. Because God knows us by name. Because think about it. What if you mispronounce my name? Does that mean I don't get it? Understand, we don't serve a fickle God. We don't serve a picky God. You understand? God ain't like us. We'll say, well, you better get my name right. I don't care if you get it wrong, but say, God bless that man over there. God is still going to work. But understand, but God knows us individually. And he knows where we are presently. You understand? Because a lot of times we do have things that are ongoing, going and going and going. And you can be afraid. But God doesn't want us to be afraid. We got to deal with it. It's in front of us. You think about many times in the scriptures, God would tell Israel, don't be scared. It's an army out there. And he means, really, calm down. I'm with you. I will move and I will bless. But many of us, we love the panic. Because if I panic, that still makes me feel like I'm doing something. Some of us thrive off of it. We like the adrenaline rush of saying, I don't know what to do. I don't know how I'm going to do it. I don't know what's next. I don't know what's next. Ooh, what's going to happen? What's going to happen? Did I get to talk to you about it? I get to talk to you about it. I get to talk to you about it. Oh, it's a whole thing with us. Because it's us wanting attention, and sometimes we're using our situations to get attention. And then other times, like I say, we sometimes fear's a comfort. Even if I don't know the outcome, well, I can trust I'm scared. I don't have the solution, but I do know I'm afraid. That's something, and it's like, no, you're supposed to be holding on to your God. And